If I asked you to log onto the Roblox website right now and pick one game, just one, out of the millions of games on the platform, which one would you choose? Would you go with the safe option, the recently played, picking a game you sunk hours into? Maybe the favorite section catches your eye. Old games that you love, holding a special place in your heart. How about the most popular tab, blinding you with the best Roblox has to offer? Games housing astonishing player counts and visits. Bored of instead of playing the next big thing, or a comfort game you have hundreds of hours in, you delve deeper. Maybe by pure chance, a friend's recommendation or a YouTube video, you discovered a relic of the past, a game with 40 concurrent players, a game that could change your life. Allow me to take you back in time, the sweltering heat of summer 2023. Absolutely nothing to play. My friends not providing any ideas either, and the game we were grinding at the time, Anime Adventures, had no updates in a month. My mind slowly melted as boredom set in, scrolling the homepage, waiting for something, anything to catch my attention. Then, in the corner of my screen stood a game. Not a standout player count, thumbnail or name, just a simple game. Critical Legends. Join me as I recall one of the greatest Roblox games that no one remembers.
Okay, long, dumb, serious intro complete. Now, the Roblox game was officially uploaded in January of 2022, and I found it in 2023, but this is a really old game. Like, we're talking nearly 13 years ago it was made. But if we go back, one of the most popular Roblox developers at the time, epiccritical, had just created his most successful game, this being Critical Strike, which was a pretty decent class-based fighter. I mean, I don't mind it. I've played it like a couple times, but it's not really my cup of tea. And coming off of this, he decided to delve into the world of RPGs and create an adventure game called Critical Adventure. It definitely revolutionized the platform with its like incredibly unique combat system, and I'll get into that later in further detail, but it was definitely an immediate hit even if it lived in the shadows of Critical Strike. Everything's looking up for epiccritical, two-hit games, great graphics and style, and even as the years went by, both of his creations held smaller yet really loyal player bases, even though Roblox was continuing to grow and games were growing with it. Then 2020 showed. Yeah, this guy was a pedophile. He threw away all of his game success in an instant, and he hopped off the platform, never to log back onto his main account, and then on February 5th, 2024, he was terminated. Look, the story of this guy and his controversies isn't the point of this video. If that's your cup of tea, there isn't really all that much on YouTube apart from some Kaneko kittenry uploads, and well, Kaneko isn't the best guy either. I think you should probably do your own research if you're interested. Anyway, but I'd like to keep this video light and fun if possible. Getting back on track, after his departure from the platform, epiccritical left Critical Strike in the hands of a new development team, and Critical Adventure was open sourced so anyone could remake the game. March of 2020, Toucan C. Alex took over the mantle and created the game Critical Adventure Remastered. It added many new items, areas, and teleports between these areas, and the developers were preparing to start work on a new project called Critical Adventure Reforged, which would further elevate the quality of the game. I mean, it looked truly great. Critical Adventure, its legacy had been restored, and the game was going to flourish under the new development. And then November 2020 rolled around. The Reforged game was completely scrapped after an external developer told the main dev team that Toucan C. Alex went behind their backs, paying the external developer 15,000 Robux to create Critical Adventure Reforged, whilst he notoriously underpaid his dev team. Oh, well, at least we have Critical Expedition. It's April 2021, and a new dev team, new updates, and the same concept. Critical Expedition was created by Heavy and innovated on the previous games. It truly elevated the experience by introducing new enemies, class evolutions, areas, and mechanics such as certain enemies and bosses building up shield over time. Critical Expedition kept the game fresh with lots of updates whilst keeping the main game concept the same. Finally, after so many problematic developers, we can finish up the history lesson and get into the gameplay. I forgot about this part of the script. Yeah, again, this guy's using all the group funds on himself and underpaying his developers. What a surprise. And only 2 months after its release,
It was all over and the devs quit.
I linked a Google Doc below if you want to see like all the allegations and all that. Finally, we get to the whole reason for this video. Critical Legends. Created 2021 by underscore Omega. I don't know if I've got that right. And this dev team was completely unproblematic from all I've heard.
And was plagued by a lot of hacks left from older iterations, and all of the servers were just flooded.
They eventually nuked the Discord and the game was shut down. Then in 2022, it was recreated with less bugs and more safety. And while this did fix the hacker problem, it brought on the outrage of the community as many people lost their items and were unable to load their data, losing vital, limited, and event items, which were required in many meta builds. The dev team tried to quell their outrage by holding an event on release week where old event items were available, but this did little to stop the uproar. But eventually the hatred subsided and the game fully fulfilled its destiny, and Critical Legends was in full swing, reaching the front page in the most popular section with peaks of upwards of 15k players. Okay, we're done? No more shitty devs? Sweet. With no prior knowledge of the game's history, developers, or controversies, in a whole decade after its first iteration, I logged into Critical Legends for the very first time. The first mechanic of Critical Legends that the player is introduced to is the arsenal. After spawning into the game, you are greeted by the level 1 area and the arsenal along with it. This is the most important part of the game as it provides access to active and passive abilities. Active items range from simple healing and damage buff items to soul-crushing scrolls which can one-shot high-level enemies with the right build. Passive items, on the other hand, are the backbone of the game and provide the most utility in customization and builds. Two of the same class can be completely altered in their playstyle by mixing and matching passive items. These items can transform your character from an unkillable mega tank to a speed demon who can reach the moon in one leap. Both active and passive items can be accessed by pressing P, but can only be equipped when standing in an arsenal zone. Passive and active abilities can drop from enemies or found in chests around the map. Well, now that you have your items equipped, you can go fight your first enemy, the tier 1 slime. Crossing paths with the slime, you will enter into a combat encounter with it. Some sick music will begin to play and the slime will begin its assault against you. Really? You lost to a slime? And dealt 0 damage to it? This is the position many new players of the game find themselves in, and you shouldn't feel bad about losing, even if it is to a slime. Allow me to teach you the combat in this game. Okay, this time enter the encounter and dodge the attack. Good job. After a set amount of time, an orb will appear with the shape of your weapon. In this case, a sword. Jump on it. And keep jumping on them as they appear to eventually kill the slime. Great, that's the gist of combat. After defeating the slime, you level up and you can spend your stat points however, and the game provides infinite free resets of your stats, so take all the risks you like. As much as stats are important, they can be easily altered, so mix and match them to suit your build. Now, to know what to invest in, you have to first know your class. There are obvious classes which are obtainable from the statues around the map. When picking your stats, it's best to invest in damage if you're a physical attacker, and magic if you're a magic attacker, whilst leaving points aside for health.
Health isn't the only option, as the shield stat allows for a bar which absorbs damage before it reaches your health. It doesn't scale as well as health, but it makes up for the fact that it regenerates on its own without needing health regenerating items to compensate. For this reason, shield is a better option for high damaging builds, since you don't need to invest in items which increase health regen or health scaling. Focusing on damage, you may be wondering what the range of numbers mean. It shows the maximum and minimum damage you can do, and of course can be raised by levels and items, but leveling just increases it while leaving the gap the same. Some items, on the other hand, are able to increase the minimum, allowing for more consistent damage. Every single class is viable to clear endgame content if it's an evolution of a bad class or a hard to grind for special class. Class obtainment method varies, but my advice is just go to the wiki and pick what's cool to you.
Okay, so now you have an idea of your class, stat spread, items, and your build is forming before your very eyes. So what's next? Well, you gotta level up. Just like every game out there, logging onto YouTube, plugging the sentence Critical Legends Level Up Guide will grant you with extreme level ups, trivializing the grind. If that's your style, then go for it. But just remember that lots of beautiful areas and enemies with really fun attack patterns are gonna get skipped. Following the path set by the developers or just picking a random direction and going with it will let you so much more fun than a planned out guide on YouTube. I'm not gonna tell you how to play the game, but the end game and best boss to grind can be achieved without going to 60% of the content. Welcome back, everyone. You're just in time to catch Zumblenuts' level 400 speech. Any words after hitting max level, Zumble? Yeah, I'd like to thank my freaking combo sword, man. Stuck with me since day one when I was living off of a generator, man. Also, big shout out to my speed boots and my cursed orb, man. They make me fast. They really bring the build together. All my items, all my active items, they're always doing the most for me. I'd like to thank the Critical Legends Academy. I'd also like to thank, yeah, it's actually kind of boring at the top. Updating max level, you're sort of one-shotting all the base enemies, and if you're not, it's not that many off one. Even the final boss of the game is pretty easy to kill, and all the other ones are just completely trivialized. There's not all that much to kill, there's not much to grind for except for maybe Godbreaker, but that's more of a low chance thing, not really a difficulty thing. And, you know, that's sort of it. That's the end of the game. This game I've been hyping up for so long. That's it? Well, there is one more thing. If you go underground into the caves, there's a boss in there with a extremely low drop chance. It's called a Void Eye. They drop the Eternal Flame, and this is the most important item in the game. Scratch what I said about classes and all that bullshit. It's the Eternal Flame. It'll reset you by 300 levels. You'll go down to level 100, but you will obtain new classes. You'll evolve old classes, and you'll obtain new important items that you can use in your builds. Rebirthing is the end game, and even though you're at the start of the game, you've made much more progress than anyone that's sitting at the top. But even afterwards, there's like not much else. I think it's just a product of, you know, devs giving up on the game. There hasn't been many updates, and all the ones that have been pretty lackluster. I mean, we didn't even get a Halloween update. Look, I only revisited the game for this video, and I'm disappointed. Like, there was nothing new. There was literally nothing for me to find. There was like no new classes. I quit the game when they dropped the like class that has all of them in one. I think it's Omnipotence, but like that was a long time ago, and they've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. When I was filming this video, everyone that I talked to said that you shouldn't even start this game because they've pretty much just given up on it. When I was on my alt account grinding at the start, it was just like, it was so worthless. I don't know. They just like, they have to do something with this game, man. Look, it's pretty obvious from the declining quality of this video that I'm tired and I'm done. And I just wanted to like sort of get this all out there, no scripts, just nuts deep, you know, Zumble nuts deep. I think that I'm only made this video just to like tell you. Like, you don't have to go play this game, even though I would advise you. I'm just letting you know that there are so many games just like this one that no one even plays anymore, but they were just so good and just incredible games that I would 100% recommend you just try, okay? Just try. Now, this also isn't an anti-PSA against like big name slop games, which I know everyone seems to want to do. Like, everyone's like, oh, hate Girl Garden, hate this, hate that, and everyone just hates everything. But come on, man, slop is fun. There's a reason they're popular. Slop is fun. This is an anti-slop campaign. Roblox slop is everywhere and it will be everywhere. Just embrace it. Alright, house cleaning. Some things about the channel. We've got the name Zumblenuts now. We're done with Evildoer, and we're Zumblenuts now. Also, I know I've fooled the internet just like Marlon, but we might be uploading a little bit more. I don't know if we can get another one out for like a couple of weeks, because I've got exams coming up and it's like Siebes, bro. I'm not doing all that. And studying for exams, like, I'll lock in. If you want to go support the game, you can, I've linked it down below. They've also linked Critical Fantasy and Critical Revengeance. I'm not sure what they're all about, but I think they're like a continuation of the game. Maybe go support them. I haven't played them. In my next video, if they're good, I'll let you know. If they're bad, I'll remove the links. And also, I don't know. Do you guys fuck with the older... Sorry, my bad. Do do you guys fuck with this type of content or like the just gameplay type of content? I wanted to try something new and I wanted to do like this sort of video essay thing, but then when I was editing it, I just didn't have enough to say to sort of get like a 20-30 minute video out. So I just settled for this like 15-minute slop sesh. And I think I'm pretty proud of like the first bits. And I'm also not proud about my recording and my voice. I don't know if there's any tips you guys have got for me to sort of like fix it. Anyway, just let me know what you think, and thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, man. Like, I'm certain if I can just get like if I can just start, then the quality will just increase. It'll just keep going up and up and up. Like, we'll be going crazy. It'll be Year of the Zumbalons. Alright, just thank you so much for watching, and if you don't want to subscribe, I get it, bro. But, you know, I'm gonna lock in, man. I'm gonna try it with this shit. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.